is Miss Trina with Chat with Trina. And yes, we normally come on Wednesdays, but I had so many couples that are my favorites that I had to do an extra day. Apache, are you dancing?
A little bit.
Anyway, I have Apache and Miss Tia Goudeau. Am I saying the name right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And it's not even that hard, but sometimes it sounds really weird when I say it. So I'd rather just say good drinks, good tea cakes.
I appreciate that too.
We'll take that.
So
Appreciate the shout out.
all righty. So thank y'all both for joining me. Y'all are my second couple.
Hey.
Yes, whoop whoop. Y'all are popular. Y'all are popping up on trucks and stuff, and you know.
Trucks.
Look up y'all in the back seat of the truck. That's the first time I saw you at the back seat of the truck. I mean, you know, they weren't in the back seat of the truck, y'all. Let me
Right.
Please clarify.
They were sitting up straight with their clothes on, talking to people.
Correct.
Let's make sure we keep that straight. So, how long have y'all been married?
It'll be 2 years on the 22nd of this month.
Oh, cool. I missed the wedding, but I was invited, y'all, though. That's the good thing. I have seen a couple of weddings, and I'm like, wow, as I'm doing my the pictures and stuff. So one of the couples that I have on, I'm looking at her wedding saying, I wasn't even invited to that wedding. Okay. So when and where did y'all meet?
You don't want to tell them where we met at? We met at my aunt's wedding. 2 years prior, before we actually went on a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where we met at. We met at my aunt's
So who
wedding.
asked who on the date?
He asked me on the date.
I asked her on a date. She jumped in my DM. It was 2 years later at a barbershop, so she jumped in my DM. And after that, I gave her my schedule, how I was moving during the week, you know, because I used to have a going out schedule. And so she came and met me at one of my places.
Really?
That was our meetup. Then he asked me on a date.
Oh, okay. All
You gotta
right.
get that pre-date in, man. People don't discount the pre-date.
The pre-date.
Pre-date is when you meet up and you just kind of talk and
You
feel
testing
each
the water,
other's vibes.
see if it's hot or cold.
I would hate to I would hate to commit
So
to a date.
on the pre-date, can I say, hey, this is what I'm looking for? I'm not looking for, you can't do that on a pre-date? Or
That's
you can do that on a
exactly what
pre-date?
we did.
That's how it went.
That's exactly how it went. It was like, I'm because I was still married. I was in the process of getting a divorce. I was like, I'm not necessarily looking for something serious right now, but ultimately I do want to be remarried. I do want a husband. I do want a family.
Right.
So he was just at the exhausted phase of dating.
Really? Men get
I think it's a lot of people for what I be reading on Facebook, it's a lot of people at the exhausted stage. And it's a certain way you're supposed to be dating if you're exhausted.
So I'm glad you said that. So men do get to a stage?
We like when men date, we don't get to share our stories because we don't necessarily like to expose people.
Yeah.
But men be going through these things in relationships, and I guess they kind of just let it slide.
Yeah.
It's just like women, like the same exhaustions that we get.
Correct.
But
Really?
But different.
Different stuff, especially when the men are the ones who probably are mostly coming off the money. So if you're doing a lot of dating and you coming up with a bunch of duds, then you spending a lot of money.
Well, that makes me think of a good friend of mine who has been using the online dating, which we have somebody coming on next week talking about online dating. But he said, Trina, I didn't spend so much money on dinner, first date dinner.
Oh, I bet.
because the first thing they say they want to go eat.
Dates. Like when I was dating, I was dating. So if somebody asked me to go on a date, I'm gonna go. And then if we don't work out, I'm not gonna go on a second date. But if you asking, I'm gonna go because I was trying to see what was out there. So if you
he had to finally stop. For that. He had to stop because he said, I'm gonna go broke on the first date because they don't have a second date.
Y'all can do.
And if you tired of dating, that's one of the things. Don't let nobody dictate your pockets.
Yeah.
This is what I can afford. This is where we going.
And
if you don't want to go, you can sit at home and wait for somebody else to call you.
Come knock on your door.
They got to pay their bills. They shouldn't be going broke trying to court you.
Right. And some women, I mean, just like, you hear a lot of stories about men who are on those dating apps to do crazy stuff. Women too. I believe some of the women out there to get some food. They ready to get fed. Was it a long courtship?
It was long and short.
I think because we actually dated. Like when we was dating, I was dating other men and he was dating other women. So at the beginning, we were both actually dating. Like sometimes I would come home from a date and we would be talking and laughing about my date. Like we were actually.
So y'all were kind of friends too, a certain extent.
Right. It was a friendship first.
It was definitely a friendship. But once we started dating and we were together I would say from July to that December is when he proposed. And then we got married in February. So our time together before, it was a little short. But we had already been dating each other for over a year when he proposed.
Right. Do you think that's important to really date when you get to the point where you were, Tia, to where you were ending something and moving on to your new life and wanting to find happiness, dating other people? Was that important to you?
Absolutely. You definitely have to date just to, I guess, kind of test what you just experienced. And you kind of have a list of the stuff that you don't want to deal with, the stuff that you do want. And it was easy for me to eliminate people very quickly. Like after that first date, if it was something that was said or if it was something that didn't match up, then
it reminded you of something familiar.
Exactly. And I was automatically like, nope, this is the last date. Once you see that red flag, you have to cut it off. Like I don't care if they have 20 things that are good. If it's one red flag and there's something on your list that you don't deal with, then you just need to non-negotiable.
And call it out to their face, like, hey, you did that thing. Can we talk about that?
Right.
You don't want to talk about it. This is your first gauge in communication. Like, can we talk about that? Well, we got to talk about it. We don't have to talk about anything, son.
Right.
We don't have to talk about anything, to tell you the truth.
And I think that's where some of us make our mistakes at, is that you're afraid of running somebody away that you don't even know anyway.
And you don't even know them. You only been dating them for 2-3 weeks. You just like them a lot.
I don't know you.
Yes, sir. Was there actual getting down on the knee?
Absolutely.
I want to be traditional.
There was not gonna be we gonna get married, girl. No.
Hey, let me put the ring on your finger.
Go. I just want the ring. I just want the ring.
It was an actual proposal.
She was mad at me that day.
I was so mad.
Why?
Girl, I was working at the Red Rooster, and he stayed in Pearland. So you remember after work?
I remember that. Yeah.
So when I got there, there was no he went outside. I had let him know I was on my way. We literally talked almost the whole way. So I'm like, hey, I'm here, I'm outside. He like, oh, okay. Usually the garage will be up. He would be outside greeting.
She had her bags.
I had bags. I was fighting with it. So I had to open the door with my key. I dropped my stuff, all this stuff. And then when I opened the door, he's sitting on the couch like this.
And I'm nervous. Like I could not move. I didn't prepare this speech. I got my hands on my.
That's how he was sitting, like.
For real?
How are you doing?
So I opened the door and he like, you can see past the hallway to the living room. Like, I'm out here at 3:00 in the morning. I could have got snatched, anything, and you and him sitting on the couch. So I was mad. But then his roommate and his fiance was up. So
she didn't see what was about to happen.
I didn't know what was going on.
So they knew, were they in on it?
Yes, because they ended up recording it. They were recording it. Right. So when I went in, he was asking me, oh, can I help you with your bags? And I was just like, I got it. Like,
you ain't want to come outside and get them.
Right. So then I went in the room, dropped out my stuff, and I came back in the kitchen and I was putting stuff down. And then when I turned around, he was on his knee.
You know, Apache, that Tia was the one.
Like I said, I'd done a lot of dating. And I saw a lot of things that I just did not like. And I was starting to get off the marriage track. When she came in, she was just cool. She wasn't trying to force nothing. She wouldn't come in, oh, I see you take a picture with a woman. You know, or if I'm dating somebody and somebody then gave you a phone call, don't be calling me, hey, so you out there with somebody? I might be.
I got those phone calls.
I told you I was dating. So, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I have to say that I think I've said that to her too. She's so just laid back. Like even when people ruffle her feathers, like that's the one thing I've told you this that I wish I had that you have, that you just cool, you just chill.
She felt like a friend. She always felt like a friend. Like she didn't feel like she got to arm me. She didn't feel like she didn't say things out of line to try to hurt my feelings. Like a lot of stuff that I had seen in the past, where I was like, soon as that happened, I'm gonna cut you off cold turkey. She didn't do none of that stuff. So I want to keep her around.
Was it too true did you think for a minute, okay, it's gotta be something. I gotta wait and see.
We both did that.
Oh yeah, because it was like too good to be true. You know,
absolutely. I was
there you go. That's I know, right.
Then you need to take him away right now because I cannot go through another heartbreak.
and then I call.
And then I go to my phone and he would text the call. I'd be like,
oh, he made me sick for being a good one. What attracted you the most about Apache?
I would say his confidence and his humor. That's
definitely.
Yes.
Was humor something on your list?
Yes, because I need to be able to laugh when I don't like you. And he's very good at that.
And you kind of balance I've never really seen y'all together. I've been out with y'all anything, but y'all seem to balance your personalities balance. Because he has that humor and it brings out this sunshine in you. So on that note, how did you feel about her working in the industry, the club industry, nightlife industry?
Well, a lot of people was like, you know, bartender. What I didn't know is that bartenders actually make money. I didn't know that.
Who knew?
It's interesting to me how people see the industry.
They basically, some people were questioning him dating me because I was a bartender.
That is crazy.
So that makes me a bad person because that's what I do for a living.
By 3 principles. What you say out your mouth, what people say about you, and what I see myself.
Gotcha.
And so
those are good. I gotta write them down.
Like when you see a bar, like, okay, it's a stigma around bartenders because it's some of them bartenders.
And personal trainers. And I was both.
So one thing is she'll tell me like, okay, me and my dude that we didn't separate it. Okay, well, let me see if he coming around here. Let me see if he calling late. And when I ain't seen that, I was like, okay, let's check out.
Okay.
I ain't talking about it at my job. I come over there. Look, if you talk to somebody at your job, everybody knows.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows.
It's gonna be very obvious.
You be thinking they don't know, but they know.
Right. So I just come around. I look around, look if anybody gonna come up and say, pop you on your shoulder. You know how it go. Work cousins. So that's what I was seeing, and then what people come up to. So all these men would come like, man, you got a really good girl, man. Like, you got a good girl, man. And these are some of the people that I knew, and these are just some people that she introduced me to, and that she might have worked for in the past. And they were all like, hey, man, you got a good girl, man. And that's usually not the case in the bartending arena.
The club industry.
It's a stigma for a reason.
It's true, but you have to know how to conduct yourself accordingly. I always, when I started working in the bartending industry, I always said I would never be shitting where I eat.
And don't be the $4 bartender.
To be sleeping with the customers and doing all that stuff, because then if we stop talking, then you still gonna be a customer up here, and then at this point you affecting my money because you see me talking to somebody else, I see you talking to somebody else, or whatever the case, and that's just a bunch of unnecessary drama. So anytime I train people, that's what I always tell them.
And then if they choose to do it, that's on them.
Make money and that's it. Like all that extra stuff.
And go home. Tell us briefly about the wedding. Like, you've been married before. Had you had a wedding before?
Nope. We went to the courthouse.
Okay. I don't know if you've been married before. Can I ask that?
I've never been married.
Really?
I never asked nobody to marry me. None of that.
Oh, did your family have an issue about that she had kids and was married before?
My family was cool. Look, my family was like, hey, man, it's time to get out the game, man.
That's why they was introducing us at the wedding. So my best friend is his cousin. It's his first cousin. So I've been around his family since I was like 13.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah.
They literally were like, okay, you talking to our cousin? Yeah. When y'all get married? I was just like, we just went on a couple of days. So they were happy.
Oh,
I think
cool.
both sides of the family were equally happy.
My family is like a married family. Like my family, they like to be married. So they be like, hey, I've been talking for 3 months now. You don't love her? You don't love her? If you marry her, she'll love you. You know, that's how it works.
How was the wedding? How'd y'all decide to do the wedding? To have a wedding?
So
hectic.
Very hectic.
I don't like
I didn't like it either, but
I like the process.
I don't like the process. But we get married again because it's some stuff that we missed. But originally, I wanted to elope. Like I just wanted to go to Vegas or go do something.
I can see it.
Elope because it was just too much surrounding it with family, like and friends. Like
everybody want to come.
Everybody want to come. Everybody want to be invited. Everybody want this, but
the venue space it only held like 30 people, and I wasn't for the force no extra stuff.
Then you gotta feed these people. Then you gotta entertain the people.
You got to feed them. Got to feed them.
Right. So basically, we did everything ourselves. We got a lot of wedding blessings.
We appreciate everybody.
Right. I think Defundra brought my dress. She surprised me and brought my dress.
Awesome.
My cousin was like, y'all ain't got no wedding.
We had it at his wedding. We had it at his cousin's house. His cousin's really nice house. So it was like maybe 25 people. 25 people. And then we had, after the wedding, we had like a reception. So some of the people who were at the wedding, they left, and then more people came. And of course, this is before COVID, so it didn't really matter with so
everything pre-COVID. Okay, so what were your colors? I love y'all's wedding pictures, by the way.
It was like rose gold and gold, yeah.
Did you come up with that, or did Apache?
He didn't do anything. Really.
So you did the wedding, okay?
I cooked the food.
He cooked
and they decorated.
You told the kids. How did you, Apache?
At first,
were you scared?
Look, I'm always scared. Like everything that everybody had told you about marriage and leading up to marriage, you be scared. So walking into the house with the kids, everybody's accepted at first, you know. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. And then, you know, you go through stages in this type of game. So you come in, everybody like you. Then you have to start telling people what to do. They be like, okay, I don't like you that much. Still love you. So
and then your mom, then I'm taking his side. So of course, it probably seemed like, but it's just like I'm not taking his side because it's him. I'm taking his side because it's right. Like if you were right, then I would take your side. But
right. So did you guys have that conversation prior to getting married? How y'all were going to raise the kids and how that dynamic would work?
Well, we put together like a whole marriage plan. Like we planned this thing for 5 years out. Like everything that's happening is part of the plan.
Okay.
So every part of this thing, I think, was put together in some way or form.
Okay. I heard. I did hear this on the.
Gotta have guidelines and rules. You know.
Gotta have guidelines, rules, some kind of framework.
In marriage.
Right.
Well, you didn't say I couldn't do this, so I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that last time.
Right.
So
you didn't tell me I couldn't say nothing to the kids.
You can't be talking to my kid. You can't tell my baby what to do.
Like that. I'll be over there like.
I'll be like, hey man, y'all ain't finna hug my wife out like that. Come on up here, let me talk to y'all. Look here. Y'all ain't finna talk to my wife and do her like that. Y'all finna, if she asks you to do something,
need to do it. So
you gotta be the enforcer, you know.
The enforcer. But you said the plan. I had something clever to say when you said plan. I was trying to think about you can't have a house, the frame, you gotta have the frame for that. That's where I was going. The foundation. There we go.
Some people be building their foundation, they be taking the crap outside and then build a foundation on all that crap they done built and wondering why flies and all that stuff in your house.
You cook? Okay, let me add this to my list.
Add it to my list. Please add it to your list because it help out when you.
No, my ex cooked. He cooked.
That was our first date. He cooked for me.
Really? Okay, so that was a check.
Then, fellas, if you don't know, if you know how to cook, it's a cheap date. You can go spend $15 on the ingredients for the stuff and set your house up for a nice ambiance, not to have sex, but to actually entertain.
And like I said, I was tired of dating at this point, so I didn't care if you came over to have sex. I didn't care about all that stuff. I just came to see what your mind was about. What you talking about, how long you hold a conversation. I want to ask you specific questions.
Stuff about kids, stuff about, are you gonna breastfeed? Did
like,
you ask me that?
Man, look, that's a first date question. Like, look, if I want 2 children, do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
Are you breastfeeding? Breastfeeding costs money. Look, if you don't want to breastfeed, I'm gonna have to buy milk. So this is a question I need to get rid of you on the first date if you're not breastfeeding.
You ain't gonna breastfeed
here. I didn't come to have sex with you. You can eat the food. You've taken other party gifts. Go
and
on.
roll out. So let's talk about that pre-dating one more time on that note. So what if I've been told that you can't do that you run off people when you say, hey, let me just say this. This is what I want. This is what I don't really want to put up with, right? But if they run off, you want them to,
they
right?
wasn't meant for you. If they run off, they weren't meant for you.
This for the men's side. If a woman don't want that pre-date, you done already got your answer.
Like, this is how I feel.
Either you accept it or you're not.
That's how I feel. Either you accept it or you're not. Like, when you are in the dating phase, you pretty much have your stuff that you want, your silent list, your big list. Like, I had a list that I was in communication with God about for a minute. Even while I was still married, it was just like, okay, I don't know if you're gonna change him into this person that I'm praying for, or is it gonna be a whole new person? But this is what I need in order to be
happy.
Correct. So with that list, you just have to be stern. And if they don't go with the list, then it's just like, oh, okay, well, we had a good time. Like, we can be friends. Like, it's still guys that I went on dates with. They're still my Facebook friends. Right. Some of them have even gotten engaged, gotten married. They have moved on. Like, we still are able to communicate. Cool. I'm cool. So I'm not going to leave you on a bad term, but we just not going to work out.
We just not going to work out. So how do you said that about friendship. So how do y'all feel about each of you having friends of the opposite sex?
Me, it's not an issue because I've shown her all of the friends that are women that I hang around.
And most of them have gravitated to me.
Correct. So, and
they gravitated to me. Like, they've gravitated.
Gotcha.
To me.
So they call her before they call me now. Like, they used to call me for relationship advice. Now they be like,
do y'all think that's important to have these conversations like that? Do y'all talk all the time? So
absolutely.
What would you say to couples about that? You said communication, but the importance of that, having these conversations and being honest and open with each other.
I feel like it's just important because nowadays it's so much stuff that is left like in the air, and it's so much like stuff that's secretive, and it's so much stuff that's just like, so I think one of the reasons why we talk is to just kind of give us that balance, like to see where our heads are, like how are you with business, how are you with kids, how are you in your own health, how are you with your mental health, like how are you with your spirituality, like what's going on with you good? Just because it be so much other stuff going on everywhere else, you just kind of need that balance. Like, I read an article about, what was the lady, her and her husband took baths together every day. Viola Davis. Her and her husband, they take baths every single morning, and that's their time. And then people's like, oh, that's weird. That is just that's weird.
That's probably because they don't got a big enough bathtub.
That's probably why it's weird. But also, you don't be talking to your mate. Like, how could you not want to spend that intimate time and that downtime and that quiet time with the person that you supposed to love the most? Like, I don't.
And from my standpoint, I wanted to create something I had never seen in my family.
Same.
Like, my mom and dad didn't stay together. Same. I saw healthy relationships from a stand that my dad and my mom and my mom, my stepdad, they didn't argue in front of us and stuff. But you knew it was an argument.
Yes. Yeah.
So my thing is, I just thought they didn't communicate enough. Like, The man would come home, sit his paycheck on the table, and expect his woman to do everything else. Okay, I'm gonna go watch sports. You figure out everything else. I said, let me do my marriage different. Let me figure out how to do this thing, unlike the stuff that I've seen that does not work.
Yeah, that is true.
So communication was the thing that I said, okay, let her be totally honest with me, even if it's uncomfortable. So we talk every morning. If it's an uncomfortable situation, we say things like, can I express to you right now? Can I speak freely? And that's what that you don't have to put your big boy and big boy girl draws on.
You about to say something. I heard my feelings.
You know, usually in certain relationships, when a woman be like, we need to talk, man, like,
yeah.
I want to get past that.
Yeah.
I want, if we have a conversation every morning, a conversation every night, let's get past the, I just feel it's funny that I don't want to do that.
And this.
Right. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want nobody to talk to me crazy. I don't want to talk to nobody crazy.
Yeah.
How can we have something that don't look like that?
And then if we communicate healthy, then it also overflows to the children.
To the children.
If they don't see us arguing and talking to each other crazy, then it helps us to communicate better, and then helps them to communicate better. Because even the way I talk with him, I also talk like that with the kids. Like if something,
Tia, I don't think you know any other way to speak. I've never heard you speak any other way. So
I like that.
You don't count. I'm just joking.
Like, look, when I was dating, man, women would not tell me about myself.
Yeah.
And for me, you got to tell me about myself because I don't be knowing.
Yeah.
I just be like, I'm being a man. I'm being a single man that I've always been. So you got to tell me about myself. And it's not going to be comfortable. I'm probably not going to like it, but I'll respect you for it.
Is that, I'm going to use the term turn on, or is that something that attracts you to a woman? Because there are a lot of women who are not going to tell men, you know what, I didn't like when you did that to me. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, for me, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'd be like, hey.
I think the ones who don't like that are the ones who don't want to change, or the ones who don't want to adjust anything about themselves. Like,
you want a good man, you gonna change. You want a good woman, you gonna change.
Yeah.
If you see
you gonna be by yourself?
Like, okay, this woman didn't say everything she said she was gonna be. Let me go ahead and get into the frame of what I said I was gonna be.
What's the most romantic thing that Apache has done for you? Tia.
How you doing, Bill?
I don't know. You look nervous. You look a little nervous. Let me think.
Man, what did I do?
No, he's trying to think what he did.
I don't know. It might be Sunday. No, or next week.
Well, he can be thinking about Sunday up until Sunday. Like, I have one, and I don't even know. I ain't even a couple. But go ahead.
You got one.
I know one because you just said it a few minutes ago. And me, that was romantic for me.
What? Pay some bills?
That's always romantic. That is always romantic.
Okay.
That is a.
Oh yes. I would say. I can't even think of nothing specific, but he does things like cleans up when the stuff that I normally clean up, or me just not having to do stuff, just taking responsibility off of me, like cooking and going to get an oil change, and me getting in my car,
now that's romantic
and I have
too.
gas in a full tank and stuff like that is
Well, I think the most
that kind of stuff.
He just laughing.
Look, I was not used to this stuff. Like, look, if I don't be doing this stuff, she'd be like, hey, so I like flowers. I'd be like, oh, my son saying, I'd be so far in my mind, like I'd be thinking about the 5-year plan. Like I stopped thinking about flowers. So she'd be like, hey.
Just FYI.
People don't know. And then if you don't know somebody, then that might be your type of love language. So you have to know people's love language in order to.
Guess what, fellas? Women love food.
We
PSA.
do.
PSA. You learn how to cook.
Why don't they know that?
What's that?
Dinner. Why don't they know that?
Well, the thing is, when you leave up out your mama house, don't nobody tell you nothing by being no man. You just like trial by fire, and everybody expects you to know it. Well, didn't you watch the movies where the dude was cooking and then they knocked all the food off the table? And that's not real. Your man probably not gonna do that stuff. Yeah. So either go look for a man that's gonna do what you're looking for, or kind of get in line with what he likes to do.
And then sometimes it don't even be that they're not even willing to do it. They really don't be knowing.
They just don't know.
We're men. Like men don't be thinking about, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at your nails, girl. Your nails so. She'd be like, oh, my nails. And then she got them, and then he put the shellac. I'd be like,
girl, what?
And don't let nobody tell you what you can do and what you can and cannot say, because them your rules for your own little world and bubble. So if them rules apply and you got to tell people that you want lunch, then that's what you got to do. They can't tell you what you can and cannot tell people.
That is true.
Because apparently I was wrong for praying and wanting a man with no kids. But look at God.
Look.
I would have never thought that would happen.
I was told that it was like you that is so selfish for you to be trying to get a man and you want a man with no kids and you got 3 kids and 2 baby daddies.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You should hear the things I heard. She ain't got no booty. Her hair
my hair was nappy. I was a bartender.
She a bartender. She got 3 kids. She ain't got no college degree.
All of these made me not qualified to be his wife.
And what I valued most is that, okay, you got 3 kids. How are you managing? I was meeting women who did not know how to manage themselves.
Or who didn't even have all their kids with them.
So when I walk into the house,
only got one at the house.
Like when I walk into the house, I want to see how you managing what you got.
Exactly.
So I seen her managing a family of 4 better than some people manage a family of themselves. And so I was like, okay, well, I can step into that and then add to that and increase that, but I cannot increase lazy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's funny how so many people have so many opinions about. So I talked to somebody that
it's a whole single list of rules of people that they make.
That's crazy. I spoke with someone today. I do believe in laying on the couch. Okay, y'all. I tell everybody I will lay on the couch. Have no problem with it. Matter of fact, she told me today the people that ain't laying on the couch, those are the ones that's crazy. The ones that's here, they ain't crazy.
Hello.
But she said that today about people the people that's trying to tell you something. Have you checked out their life?
They always be having the most rules and lists and stuff that you're supposed to do, and they stuff be all out of way.
All jacked up.
Like, girl,
so she said I was surprised. Let me just say this real quick. Okay, so this is so off topic to a certain extent, but that's who I am. So every person I've ever gone to lay on the couch has always been an old white man. I've been looking for me a sister for about 2 years. And she was so real. And I was like, I've been looking for you all my life. So anyway.
When I went to a black therapist, that's how I felt. I was like, man, breath of fresh air. Like to talk to a black man as opposed to a Indian man listening to me for 15 minutes. Well, you know what?
No idea.
You need these pills. That's what you need.
There you go. Yeah. It was refreshing. I even heard things today I had never even thought of. I was like, girl, we homegirls though now, because we was slapping high five through the virtual thing. So have people been more accepting to both of you? I guess you didn't have no problems with him. Everybody likes him.
Yeah, everybody likes him. And you know what? I don't even think it was more of them accepting me, because once they met me and they talked to me, they was my friends. So it was like, more so
I see why you did
behind the scenes. Him like, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you supposed to be doing? Or
And see, this is what I tell people. Look at God's plan versus the plan that everybody else got.
Everybody else have. True.
Because everybody be like, you don't think I was like, look, I'm on the inside. I'm seeing how this thing works on the inside. Y'all telling me what you think. I'm telling you what I know. So this, and you acting like I'm dumb.
Right.
Yeah, you acting like I don't have enough sense to kind of look around. Right. And then with you, Apache, they know you dated a lot from your
people
own.
Don't know that.
Oh, okay.
I kept all of this business away from people. Like I didn't take pictures with no women. I didn't bring women around my family. It was some of my homeboys. They were like, man, are you lying? No. I had
Don't
really
want y'all in my
strict
business.
rules for how I date, like how I present myself in the public,
Gotcha.
in private, everywhere, because today we live in a time of authenticity. You can be proved to be not authentic very fast. So my thing is, I kept my thing a certain way, especially dating.
Yeah. What advice would you give a couple who is about to embark on marriage and blending a family, or a situation like yours? What advice would you give a couple?
Don't go in thinking you have everything figured out. Everything from the time you get married till infinity, you're gonna be learning. Every day gonna be brand new.
Yeah.
And I would say practice patience and a lot of grace. Because
nobody know you.
In this case, I've known my kids all their lives. He's only known them for 3 years. They've only known him for 3 years. So I can't expect him to, I ain't gonna say feel how I feel, because I know he love the kids and they love him, but it's just some stuff that he's not gonna necessarily understand just because
I'm on the outside looking in of their experience.
Because even prior to me getting married, we were probably here. We were 5 years, just us four.
Yeah.
So, grace.
Yeah.
And definitely. I have to understand, like, that the kids get on my nerves too, so I can understand how they gonna get on somebody's new nerves who didn't birth and carry them.
Yeah.
Because as a stepdad, you don't get the automatic dad love. Hey, dad's home. It's like, okay.
What's up? Are you back? You still here?
They come to the door and they greet me, but it took some time for us to build that relationship.
Right. So the oldest, your oldest, who is what, 16? 17. Is his voice changed? I know it to change by now, right?
It didn't change.
What does he do? Debate or something? I saw him in a suit.
He does debate and he does theater.
Okay. I saw him in a little suit today, looking real serious. So I was like, oh, okay, he's serious. So Apache, has he got to the point where he'll ask you any advice yet?
We're building our own specific relationship.
Okay.
The thing about a child that's older, they've already been with their mama, they know their dad.
Yeah.
And he's already been down this road before.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
I'm sure he's definitely
it's a layer.
Teenage mind. He's
absolutely
kind of a little apprehensive, like I've seen this before. So
we just 2 years in.
Right. So like you
I'm watching.
Last dude was here and so I think
got it. And what about the little princess of the house?
They all love me.
I think honestly,
I
think
is she the boss of everybody?
She try to be. I think that their relationship is the closest of all of the kids, actually.
Okay.
It may be because they're both Pisces, so he understands her a little bit more, and they kind of he saves her a lot from me. So it's because
she's just being emotional.
He understands. So,
you tell the baby that, and you tell Tia that. She just...
me.
Look, so Tia, I look at her and I see myself as a kid, like, whoo.
Oh, that's always fun. Tia, are you harder on the baby girl than you are the boys? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that's because she.
And I'm hard on the boys.
And that's because
I'm hard on the boys than all the girls.
Yeah. I don't know. She's more sassy and she's more honestly. As a woman, you kind of gotta gear your daughters up and build them up to be that strong.
Yeah. You said some awesome things the last time we talked about your daughter and how you have to teach her about her natural hair. I really liked how you said all that for her to embrace herself.
Like, I love natural hair, so every time she wear, I'm like, man, I really love your hair. You know, I want her to hear it from us first before you go outside and somebody
try to tell you, and you be like, girl, my hair's cute. Next.
Yeah, somebody told me my red lipstick like somebody punched me in the mouth when I was younger. And I was like,
and then that's when you ask them what was their trauma connected to red lipstick. Because obviously you have one and my lipstick is cute. Next.
See, Apache, that's what I'm talking about right there. You see how that just came out? It takes me about 2 hours and then I'll come back and be like, damn, I should have said that.
You gotta keep it in your ear.
You gotta in my ear. You know how back in the old TV shows they would have people go on dates and stuff, and they had it. That's what I mean.
That's what you need. I got you.
I had in-law issues. My in-laws, they called me a barracuda. They just did not like me.
Baby.
And I am not a barracuda, child. Far from it. But they just didn't like it. Don't be looking at me like that, Apache. I really am a good person. They just didn't like me. Because I'm so wonderful and I have this great personality. They just couldn't take it. But anyway, no. But I had in-law issues. Did you guys ever have in-law issues? I think we already went by this, but it's on my paper. Y'all have in-law issues on either side?
They all love me on her side.
And Tia, your mama look like she just love everybody. Like, does she? And she's a nurse.
How you doing?
A nurse.
But it was on my list. That in-law stuff. It was on my list because of my experiences in my last marriages. I was like, I have to become part of put it on your list. You got to be specific, girl.
And for me as a man, I didn't let nobody disrespect my wife on my side. Like, you gonna accept this marriage or else.
You can roll out too.
It's her or it's y'all. And
that was my family.
That was one thing that I like about him for sure. It was just like, oh, if they not fooling with you, then I guess I'm not fooling with them because but that's how it's supposed to be.
Hey, when I got married, I had a family of 5, and that did not include all the people that I was given in my life.
In their own houses.
Y'all secondary now. This thing that I got in my house, I got to come home to all these people. So I'm gonna take care of them first.
Yeah. And that's men. I'll just say that to men that I know that men have a really close relationship with their mothers. I do. But you need to tell your mamas.
You gotta leave and cleave.
Leave and cleave. Two.
You got to. I used to try to make the excuse of, I know it's so hard because we are the 2 women that he loved the most. But
you should never have to compete.
And the Bible say, as they all say, and the Bible say, So, but men, don't make it hard for yourself. Tell your mom and tell your daddy, tell your everybody that this is your family. That's on my vision board list this year. Setting boundaries and holding on to my boundaries.
And be firm about them.
Be very firm.
Don't let it bend for nobody.
Let mama know, hey, you can't talk to her like this.
Yeah, you can't do that. Don't do that.
And that is people that have in-laws. That's huge. That's really huge. That I'll say that definitely played a huge part in my the ending of mine, unfortunately. But because great guy, but
you're gonna have to pull up your pants and go ahead and tell some people how you feel about the way they treat your person that you come home to every day.
Because the person, if it was Tia, because just think how Tia's gonna feel if you're over here defending or taking or listening to people say these things and you just don't say anything. How's that?
And how my house gonna be? Because I gotta stay here. And if I done took everybody else's side and I gotta come home and be with you,
be like, well, you need to go.
I'd rather fight with y'all than fight them inside my house.
Or sleep on the floor.
Either way, I'd rather fight with everybody outside and come home at peace than fighting in my house and I'm at peace with everybody outside.
Right.
That's foolish.
It's foolish. Because they're gonna be going on with their marriage and they good and they people. And you sitting there looking crazy.
And they not gonna be there when your divorce come around. They be like, well, I gotta go home with my wife and kids like you should have done. Like,
going on a family.
Exactly. So I've always heard don't go to bed angry. Is that a good idea? Do you guys try to play by that rule?
That's the night talk.
That's the night talk? Okay.
Yeah,
if something been played out during the day,
y'all know you're gonna talk about it later.
Yeah.
I'm not. Look, I don't feel no type of way. If it happened, we're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be here. Let's talk about it. If we're gonna talk about it now, or we're gonna talk about it later, I'd rather get it out the way now and not go to sleep that way.
Right. Okay.
I can at least put my leg on you.
What you say?
I said, and not be angry, so I can at least put my leg on you. What you gonna be in the bed like this?
Look, especially tonight, because it's cold. There you go. Because look, get your leg. I mean, it's baby, it's cold out here. I need to be snuggled. It's cold for date night. we used to have a date night. Do you guys try to do a date night or pre-COVID or I don't know, during COVID? I don't know. Do y'all try to do things together outside of the kids?
We definitely did.
We need that non-kid time.
But it's different now. We don't necessarily eat inside the restaurants. We'll get the food and we'll eat in the car.
Oh, bring it home. It's just
cold. Are y'all going on the patio and eat? Okay. Okay.
I don't know. COVID
case by case basis.
It just depends. Like it's some places that we'll eat or we're going to eat, but
I
get the mood be off. Like it be different.
Like, you kind of got to read the room. You know, if you go somewhere and it's real COVID-y, you got to stay.
Don't make me start calling names of these COVID places.
That's COVID.
These COVID streets.
That's what I usually say on my little videos I do during the week. I usually say at the end, I say, okay, y'all make sure that when you go somewhere and you see the line is long, you see too many people, that's a place you don't go. I would start saying, when y'all go up to a place that look COVID-y, don't go in there.
COVID-y, don't go up there.
Don't go in there. If they got folks that could walk in with their mask, you see them all on the patio listening to Zydeco with no mask, that's COVID-y.
That's the thing. A lot of places they'll enforce you to wear the mask in, but there's nobody on the inside. Especially if they serve food and drinks, they can't really, they can't really be like, "Hey, put your mask on," because all I gotta do is be like, "Here got my drink."
Yeah, but what I will say, I think one, it's an age thing, and two, it just depends on what's important to the owner of the bar. And I say this all the time. So Chicago Bar and Grill is a place I do go. I do go there.
And that's because he don't necessarily just care about getting the money. He cares about his reputation. He cares about
staying
his
open,
customers and his clientele.
Yes. And so he makes you wear a mask. Like you have to. Now, of course, you got to sit at the table. Y'all, I done bought me a mask that unzipped because I like food.
So you can slide your straw in there.
Then I got one that pop open and you can slide the straw through.
Oh my goodness.
I done went all out. I'm extra.
I mean, you gotta commit.
He does make you wear the mask. You can be on the dance floor, and I've done. You get up from eating and you get on the dance floor. You feel a tap on your shoulder because security is there to get you off the dance floor. So I do go there. It's probably not the most. It's not 100% safe, but I do indulge. And then the DJ will also turn off the music. I've seen him do that, which is huge for a club. Like that's big time for a club owner. So anyway, that's just. I said I'm gonna quit talking about them out loud on the radio since they don't want me to be their social media person. I still be doing it. Well, because I think that's
like I'm taking
a dance class.
I got 3 left feet.
If you can count, you can dance, Apache.
I'm gonna learn.
You're gonna learn. I want you to learn. That'll be cute.
I used to know how to dance though, and then I got tall, and my homeboy was like, "Hey, we tall, we don't dance no more." So I stopped dancing. But I think I still kind of got it.
You probably do. Can you skate?
Girl, no.
Oh, because tall people be looking good on the skate.
Don't go.
Y'all be looking good on the skate.
I was watching this skate video today and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you some skates."
Yes.
I'm gonna learn how to swing out of
it. Right. But Apache, for real though, them tall men, they be doing their little legs across the
man, I be looking at John, man. I be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna learn. Watch. Just wait."
You
be doing a little James Brown thing.
If you
so you can learn, so you can throw me in the air and slide me. Like I like to do that stuff. Somebody told me, it was somebody I was interviewing one day, and he said, "Yeah, I saw you on your 50th birthday, and I'm gonna call you the next day and make sure you wasn't sore."
You told me you have been practicing for that day.
I need for y'all to turn a little bit to the backs to each other, so y'all can't see each other. But you gotta stay in the camera, Tia. Oh, there you go. So y'all ready?
Yep.
So they say this is the most popular version. So who initiated the first kiss?
Me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all supposed to point.
Are we raising our hands?
You're going to point.
Okay.
So who initiated the first kiss? Okay. Who apologizes the first after a fight or argument? Who's the funny one? Who is more romantic? Somebody missing an answer. Who is the most patient? Who's the better cook? Okay. Who said I love you first? Open your eyes. Who takes long to get dressed when y'all get ready to go somewhere? Who is grumpier in the morning? Who is more stubborn? Okay. Oh, I like this one. Who is the bigger baby when they are sick? Tell when it's Apache. Who's the social butterfly? Who is the messy one? And not messy like y'all tell people business, messy. And who spends the most money?
I ain't want to turn around and look, y'all.
You should. Who is better at giving directions? Driving directions. Okay. Thank y'all. They claimed I have 3 sets of questions, and I always say, okay, they said it's the most popular one. So that was fun. Lastly, I just want y'all to, I want to thank you first for agreeing to be on. This was fun. Y'all are a fun couple. Y'all said some of the same things that the couple last night said about communication, not going to bed, and even the blended families having rules. So it's interesting to me to see that y'all had that in common. But now both of y'all give some type of just advice. What some last words about a relationship and what you would give to someone that's a friend. Don't give it to me because I'm still in the trenches. Go ahead. I'm just joking. I'm still trying. God working on me.
One thing, well, a lot of things I would say is to be specific in what you need and what you want and what you desire. Be strong on your boundaries. Hold on to those. Be patient. And I don't know, it just seems like these days, a lot of people, mostly women, they want the men to do all of this stuff. And they don't be want to do half of the stuff that they be asking of the men. Right. And it's not fair because at the end of the day, y'all both are getting a prize. Y'all both are getting a mate. Y'all getting them. So why do you feel that he has to do 80% and you only do 20?
I agree with that.
I just feel like you be, and I'm not saying that you can't ask for what you want or have your list of stuff, but make your list be your list and make it be firm, but also be willing to give.
Because it's a give and take thing.
Right.
Whatever you're looking for out of somebody that you say you want, first make sure what them people want, you know what them people want. Create your own marriage, create your own dating experience.
Your own everything.
Your own rules. You don't have, look, man, these goofy ass people online, you try to tell you 10 steps, there might not be your 10 steps.
Relationship goals.
So set your own boundaries, set your own stuff, man. This is your life.
Be your own relationship.
Be definite. Like, look, this is what I do not like. This is what I do want. Be definite. Like, don't be out here. I think I take a man that'll. You're settling for somebody. Say, this is what I'm looking for, and God will send you that person.
Also, be prepared for that. Don't be asking for this list of 20 things, and you only done crossed off 2 on your own list of stuff that you need to get.
That goes into saying.
Also, a piece of man is not better than no man at all.
Betty Wright was wrong.
She was wrong.
That's what Betty, she sure did say that.
Please a man is better than no man. No, sis.
Oh, did say that. Y'all wrong for that. Leave Betty alone. R.I.P. Betty. R.I.P. Betty. It was good at the time you said it, child.
But yeah, man, be definite. Be like, look, I'm not taking that anymore. I'm not letting anyone treat me like that anymore. And for men, do not be a coward. Say what you got to say. Say it with respect. Say it with somebody. Say it like you're saying it to somebody you love. But say what you got to say.
Because you're going to be stuck with that person if you're going to hang in there.
It's a big, big commitment.
And she's going to be so confused. Like, but wait a minute.
Where did you come from?
What happened? And he's like, well, I really felt like that from month 2, but I never say anything. And it's just kind of like,
and I think in a conversation I had with someone the other day, that is the biggest mistake I think people make, is that they don't come out as their true self, which is why I was asking y'all, actually personal advice is what I was asking about, bringing that up to people that saying, hey, this is what a first date. They say, you're going to run them off. You can't say on the first date what you want, what you want, what you want. And I'm like, but why not say that?
Why not? That was the one thing I could say about him. He was just straight out on the table. This is
because why not?
This is what I have. This is what I have to offer. This is what I want. Versus me coming home and then being like, so do he like me? I don't know if he's going in the same direction as me. I don't know if we want the same things. No, you need to know, because otherwise you're going to be wasting your time.
Situation
going on dates.
And if you're confused about it and you have to wonder about it, it's not right.
If you want to get married, don't date nobody that don't want to get married. If you want to have more kids, don't date nobody who don't want to have kids and have a vasectomy. If you don't want no kids, don't date nobody who don't have no kids and may want to have kids, because they're gonna be like,
before I end, I'm gonna say Tia was definitely she is very honest and very straightforward, because I believe we had the conversation about the kids. I said, oh, and so she said, oh, yes, I will definitely have some more kids. I was like, okay,
I'm gonna have as many as he want. That's what I said. I was like, I'm gonna have as many as he want to have.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's the first date. That's a first date question.
And it really is. People wouldn't think that.
Being in somebody's business. If you want to go to the next date or the next one, and now these days stuff happens so quick. You can meet somebody and be dating them, and they can go to the grocery store and catch COVID. So you got to move a little bit faster these days. You can't be sitting up there not asking.
Trying to figure it out. Well, guys, thank you. This has been fun.
Yes,
definitely.
Thank you. And we're gonna double date when I find me one. I'm taking applications. No, just now that y'all made me feel better about my pre-date stuff, I'm gonna have to now I feel better. Y'all made me feel comfortable.
If they got something to say about it, be like, oh, well, you ain't for me, boo. It's fine. Next. Because there's somebody that's gonna be like, oh, I appreciate her for wanting to go on a pre-date, and I only had to spend $6 on one Moscato, and we had a great conversation. Instead of going to Steak 48 and spending $70, and y'all had a wet conversation.
Yes. And then you got to be ready for me to talk, because I'm a talker. So you got to, I mean, y'all got to understand, I'm going to talk. If you don't talk,
pull out a list.
Well, and then my other, you got to talk too. I don't want to carry the conversation, boo. I want us both to talk. Anyway, y'all, thank you guys again. Y'all are the cutest little couple, and tell the kids hello. And I was serious about us double dating when I find me a man. But y'all, thank you for watching Chat with Trina tonight. Make sure y'all go to youtube.com/Chat with Trina. Please, I'm gonna start doing what Willie D says. Somebody told me Willie do have a really cool saying when he talk about hitting the subscribe. So I gotta find out what he says. But anyway, hit subscribe, hit the bell, because they said he do it rough. Like, you better hit that bell, you better hit subscribe. I'm gonna do that. That might make anyway, subscribe and then hit the bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you, Goudeaus. And y'all I am purchasing a dozen good tea cakes to give away. I'm going to be giving away on Sunday. I'm going to do the drawing on Sunday, and I'll get with y'all on how to get them, to give them to them. And remember, Good Drinks got some specials. They got a raffle.
We got a raffle going on?
Got a raffle. I saw it. I didn't see it on your page. I saw it when I was being nosy on his page today.
I posted it.
You did? Okay, well. And I tried to repost it on Instagram, but it's too long.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, y'all, so check out Good Drinks. They have drinks for everybody. They even have non-alcoholic drinks. Am I correct?
Correct.
They deliver.
We deliver.
But they wanted
for a fee.
I won't say it's a fee to deliver. It's not free delivery. Do the tea cakes get delivered too?
Yep.
Okay.
For a fee.
Can we get tea cakes and drinks at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yep. A lot of our customers do that.
Okay. Did y'all want to say anything? Give us a website or something?
IG and Facebook, both good GOUD tea cakes and GOUD drinks on both IG and Facebook.
Good drinks and good tea cakes. You can't miss it. All right, y'all, and it's good with the U.
With the U.
All right, y'all. See you later, and thank you again.
Bye.
Y'all, weren't they adorable, cute, funny? They got their heads together. They are ready to make this 5-year plan work. And I can't wait till I find somebody so I can go on a double date with them because they seem like they are a bunch of fun. But guys, Goudeaus, I wish you the best in all your endeavors with your family. I love your 5-year plan and all the tips and advice that you gave us today. Now, y'all, I need y'all to go to youtube.com/chatwithtrina and click the share button, the like button, comment, and then guess what you need to do? You need to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I upload the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.